Thank you for joining me for episode 23 of my lunch break. I hope you're all having a great day, and if you're new, welcome. Before we begin today's main topic, I would like to say that it is very important to understand the fire destroying the old world building narrative is not gone. It happened thousands of times in our past, and it was a great way to get rid of the previous civilization's incredible work. In the first 22 episodes, we have gone over the fire stories. We will find more, of course, but I want to show you that the fires are not stopping yet. Fires aren't just burning any random building down. We all understand this. So here we go to Hong Kong, the Manila Central Post Office. I would like to say thank you to Twisted Sunshine for sending me this on Twitter. Last Sunday night, a horrible fire broke out in the Manila Central Post Office. This building was declared a National Heritage Zone. No other type of structure is allowed to be built on this site, other than the historical post office. So what's the only way to get rid of these buildings? A world war? Well, no, they tried that already in 1946. So they had to light this one on fire in the middle of the night. And how was the fire started? Well, we don't know that, of course. Just a reminder that we are still in the middle of this narrative destruction. Enjoy every second that we have with these old world buildings. Now that we've covered the current event, let's get into today's topic. The Coral Gables City Hall, located in Coral Gables, Florida. Supposedly built in 1928. So we should have all the information on this place that we need to prove that it is not from the old world. We are given the architects' names: Phineas Paste and Harold Stewart. Of course, no construction company, but we'll ignore that for now to prove a point. Now, since this was within the last 100 years, and they were supposedly capable of building a place with this much perfection, there should surely be some sort of documentation backing this up, right? Let's take a closer look. Let's do a simple search for all newspapers from the year 1770 to 1963 and see what kind of incredible stories they had about this brand new city hall being built. Let's type in the architects' names and the word City Hall. That's all we need for these stories to come up. And search. Oh, not one documented article? That's really weird. Let's try Harold Stewart and see what happens. Nothing again? Okay. So they don't have one article in any newspaper that states that these two were going to build one of the most incredible city halls in the world. What would happen if we simply tried to search for the city hall at all? Surely they wrote some sort of article saying anything about its construction. Okay, 10 total articles about the city hall. The first of which was in 1925. And let's see what it says. It states, "Today, when Miami has a population of 100,000, Coral Gables lies only 3 miles from City Hall." One mention of the City Hall, but is it talking about the City Hall like it's already there? I thought this was completed in 1928. In 1925, they are talking about this place saying it's only 3 miles away. And this was the first mention of it? All right, let's see what else there is to help clear this up. The next documented article didn't come around for 14 years later until 1939. This is way after the construction date of 1928. Did they seriously not write a single article of its construction? Was this because it was already here and it wasn't a big deal to them? What does this 1939 article say? Bandits raid City Hall? They took $500 from the Coral Gables City Hall. And that was more important than documenting its construction? They're able to write articles about events that happen in the City Hall, but that's it? Where's the construction story? Where are these articles? This building isn't from 500 years ago. Where were the documented plans and the blueprints? The notice to the town that this was going to be constructed. Hey everyone, we're going to use your tax money to build this incredible structure. Nothing? This is not normal to not have one single article about this city hall. So let's see what we can find on this incredible architect, Phineas Paste. Wikipedia literally tells us nothing. So let's search in the archives again for this guy. There should be hundreds of articles that come up, considering he was the master builder behind one of the most incredible buildings in the entire USA. One article? Really? What does it say? Phineas Paste was the superintendent at the Market Company in Philadelphia? Wow. Should we pause here for a minute and think about what we have just discovered? I believe that we have just proven, without a doubt, that this building is from the old world and not built by our current civilization. At the very minimum, I believe that we have disproven this story, that these two individuals built these buildings. The story is untrue. There's no evidence of the construction. There's no evidence of these individuals present at the site of construction. There isn't even evidence that they were architects. I mean, can we do a search for Harold Stewart, the other supposed architect? Let's see the entire state of Florida between 1926 and 1929, the said years of construction and completion. Nothing. Zero articles of him ever being there. What is this article from 1926 in the Daily Alaska Empire? Here he is. What does this say? Okay. Well, there we have it. Which group is he affiliated with? Are we all able to read the title of this article? Masons. Interesting, to say the least. You are free to think whatever you like. All of this is my independent research, and it's just an opinion at the end of the day. But my opinion is based on facts. My opinion is that we have found out the true identity of both of these supposed architects. They were never present in Florida. They were in Alaska and Philadelphia. So what is the truth about this building? And it's not just any building. It was added to the U.S. National Register of Historic Places. Was it found and repurposed? I believe so. Let's go to Ohio, and I want to see what they are saying about the Elsinore Arch. Why was this 80-foot castle structure built in 1883? Which construction company was throwing these up in the 1800s? I looked up the architect, Charles Hannaford, in the U.S. newspaper directory. I searched Ohio and all the years between 1881 and 1991, just to see if there was anything about the construction of this place. No mention of a Charles Hannaford in the archives in Ohio. Wikipedia has nothing on this guy. So I dug deeper and found this write-up by Pabuk stating that Charles Edward Hannaford was born in 1860. Born in 1860, the Elsinore Arch was completed in 1883. So this guy was like 23 years old when it was completed. Here in the Pabuk write-up, it states that Charles Hannaford worked for Samuel Hannaford and Sons, and they were the ones that had to have built this Elsinore Arch. The Elsinore Arch is incredible. It is built with precision. This surely would have been documented in the 1800s, in a time where they documented architectural designs about a simple schoolhouse. The first mention of this Samuel Hannaford and Sons company didn't come until 1896. When they submitted designs to build this schoolhouse in Hillsboro, Ohio. So they did exist, but not until 1896. Remember, our completion of construction date for the Elsinore Arch was in 1883, 13 years prior to any mention of these guys. Also, 1896 would make way more sense for their first project. Charles Hannaford would be 36 at the start of the school design, not completion of the project, which is a lot more understandable than 23 years old at the completion and being the main architect and builder of the Elsinore Arch. When you look at the distance between the Elsinore Arch and the site of their first documented project, it's not close at all. It's over an hour drive in 2023. How long of a drive was that in 1883? And how are they transporting all the materials, tools, and workers? I'm convinced at this point, with zero documentation stating that they built the Elsinore Arch, and also the fact that the logistics are not practical or believable at all, in my opinion. The Elsinore Arch is from the old world. No 23-year-old constructed this place, and I believe that we have proved this. And what is this? The company was in charge of building something else in 1899? Let's see what else this sketchy master builder was up to in the 1800s. Oh, the Washington County Courthouse, of course. This article is the beginning of the narrative for this courthouse. Remember, they use the same characters to explain multiple old world buildings. And here in 1899, another story begins. And wait until you see the inside of the old world building and what designs they have put on the floor. Can you see what design is there? This building is 100% from the old world. This was a worldwide symbol, way before our civilization. These are symbols that have been used over and over again by many civilizations. This building was supposedly built in 1902. This symbol was used in Germany 18 years later, proving that this was a symbol that has been used many times before. And for other reasons, not just for that one specific group. This was built many years before 1902. Because in my opinion, this was not a courthouse. This was found and repurposed. And I can show you more proof by showing that there are no articles, like we just saw from Washington County, over in Monroe County. Supposedly, these same master builders built their courthouse too. But why don't we get a news article on that one? Too much effort to make an article on this place. And I'm going to end this video with an absolute bang. Undeniable proof, in my opinion, that this building and all the other buildings that Samuel Hannaford and Sons Company supposedly built is from the old world. Are you ready? If you have watched my first 22 episodes, you are going to fully understand and be really excited to hear this next point. It will give it all away and show that these buildings are not our work. A previous civilization that was incredible, had incredible architects, and had a different level of building was here in Ohio, as well as the rest of the world. And here it is. It is the 4th courthouse building on this site, with 2 previous ones destroyed in fires. 2 fires, really. Another fire giveaway for us here in this community. Incredible. After recording over 60 fire burn the old world buildings down stories on this channel, it is clear, in my opinion, that this building was here much longer than we're told. Knocking stone buildings down with fire twice in the same story is impressive, considering stone doesn't melt from fire. Incredible stuff. I feel like everyone in the world should know about this information. It's unbelievable and right in our faces. Don't forget that there's a bunch of brand new t-shirts and hoodies that just came out. You can find that right below this video. Every purchase helps support the channel, as well as likes and comments, and when you subscribe. I couldn't be more thankful for all of you. I couldn't be more thankful for the support that you guys give. And our Twitter account is up and running, and we are over on Rumble as well. Both of those links will be in the description below. If you have anything to add or any thoughts on this video, or have ideas for future videos, just put that in the comments below. Thank you again for all your support, and I hope you all have a great day. I will be back very soon with much more. See ya.